Good morning. Now, yesterday I was really talking to my coach on one of the particular stocks that we were talking earlier on. I think many of you have known that was DAILY Corp. Now, what would you have done if you're in my shoes? Now, of course, we as coaches have different style. At one point, one of the students in our Telegram chat room was asking, Martin, you see a bearish engulfing on DAILY Corp. That was about 3 days ago. So bearish engulfing, again, one of the problems that we see is this is a Japanese candlestick, but have no bearings in volume. So I told the student, look, like it or not, you need to look at the volume. That is why a lot of the Japanese candlestick pattern has been really a challenge to many people to learn, because they never put in the volume in there. So of course, many of the students who have come from a lot of the public programs, like it or not, they have to so-called unlearn a lot of good things and relearn a lot of things that is related to volume spread analysis. At the same time, my other coach also saying, look, the market's not heading any higher. So he decided to take profit, smaller profit in here. Now we got in at 135. Now today, DAILY Corp, I think you check it out, the 143. I'm ready to take profit at 145. Just about 8% profit on that one. For our Monday trade, that was for the Monday trade. This week on the breakfast show in here. Let's take a look at what we have for the remaining of the session, which I brought to you this here in here. So at the end of this session here, what I intend to do, okay. At the end of this session, what I intend to share with you is you will be able to understand the structure, okay, the structure of our intraday trade, okay, the structure of our intraday trade using YBS. Again, now YBS was what we entered last Friday. It was supposed to exit at the end of the day. I tried to put in at 59 cents, but one of the audience who were watching at that time said that, hey, put it at 60 cents being the profit target at that time. So we were waiting at 60 cents, so we couldn't get out. But hopefully we'll get done today, and we do get done. We will share the winnings with the audience who have feedback to us in here. So we're going to break it down to you. What is the YBS last week trade? And showing you how does the intraday trade works too. And next, we're going to be looking how to increase the success rate of screening the right stocks, like what we talk about DAILY Corp. How will we manage to screen through some of these stocks, and also taking a look at some of the past winners that we have in March 2022, Artronics, Prolexus and others, and how certain are we on our screener to ensure that we actually backtest it, make sure it works before some of our members are actually using it. All right, so that's always been it. And probably is, can someone with limited knowledge use it? Definitely, and that's what the whole purpose is. You don't need to be a very so-called very good experienced trader, but more important is a trader who can follow rules, who have a system, and definitely our system will definitely suit you very well. And how can I learn more? Continue to join our program in here, and perhaps subscribe to our system when you are ready for that one in here. Now, of course, some of our past winner, our turtle trading, who have become our member, have enjoyed the fruits of success. Roslyn Tay, Zenali, and Eric. These are our new winner for our Turtle Trader program that we've done for you, and you can be the next Turtle Trader in here. And this is why we groom you and share with you some of the tools that they are using. And right now, YBS, DAILY Corps are the same tool too. Now think of it, what would you have been able to achieve, right, that you were not able to do so in the past? We all have our own challenges in the past. I know some of you have come back from losses that you have. I can understand too. I have also losses in here. But if we do something about it, we are here, the coaches and myself, we are always continue to here to support, just like our turtle trader, to ensure they have the success that they deserve it, right? You put in the work, we will share much of the journey with you. And that's always been our motto, what we have been doing in our Trade VSA in here. So with our Trade VSA 360, this is where it all starts. And right now, the focus has always been intraday trade. So again, why? Because we want to share to you and also demonstrate to you that we are able to make very good winnings, I suppose, in here, and give you a little bit of the background behind it in here. Now, last week, thank you for our audience feedback submission that we have. Michelle, Doreen, Arias, and Baptist. They actually feedback for YBS, so only 4% will be getting the sharing of the winning. And then on this Monday, we have Ulicop. So Ulicop right now is about $300 in the money, about 4% already. YBS I think now is about 160 ringgit in the money right now. So for Ulicop, Juki, KH, Baptist, and Reg 522. So you can see Baptists who are always with us will be getting very good reward in here. Very smart of him in here. Now, do download the Touch and Go apps. Okay, Touch and Go apps, as we will be sharing the winner with the audience list in here. So right now it's easier because it's only 4% for each trade in here. So today we also be doing a one trade in here, and again, if you have the winners, we also will share that if once we hit the profit target, right? And usually we're going to be talking about those profit target in here. So let's look at the breakdown of the YBS that we did last week. Right, and also Ulicop that we done on Monday in here. Definitely one of the tools that you really need to is bring it up in here. So this is so right now we are looking at YBS. YBS we are looking at 60 cents for profit target. Getting there, getting there. Okay, so once we get there, that's good. We cutting. That's right. That's the best word to hear. Profit taking in here. It's supposed to end on the last Friday itself. You can see the breakdown. When we first entered, it was here, right? It took out here. We got in about 57.5. So if you go straight to an hourly chart in here, let me just break it down for you. Right. This stock seems to be, heading in a nice trend. It went up to 59.5 cents, but I took the advice of our audience. That's why we want to engage the audience in here. Where would you like me to put the the profit target for this one in here? And no doubt after the last Friday 25th, the market came down, hit a low. So if you can see on the daily chart, it's better, and hit here. Usually once it goes up too much, it has a pullback, retest back the low in here, and the market stay above the mid and moving average, and that's actually a good thing in here. So the market in here, I do think that longer you can go for around maybe 65 cents, but I want to stay within the 5-day kind of trade. Probably end of today I will exit, regardless of whether I hit 60 cents or not. If I do hit it, great. If not, who knows, after lunch that the market may hit through and then the next trade is Ulicop. So for those of you who have joined our talk in here, do share it in your timeline, right? You can see Ulicop very close to the 145. Okay, the market has break up higher. Our profit target is 145. Okay, so 145, we are in the money. Now remember, when we first came in, we wanted to trade on Monday. Ulicop was here, the 23rd. We went in, no, actually we got in here, somewhere around here. Okay, we got in around here, 135. I got in at 135. The market came back down and then going up. This is from the SMARTRobie Pentagon in here. So we are taking a quick profit at 145. Let's hope we get there. And then 2 trades will already be cleared, and we can distribute and share the winners with the audience who are listening tonight in here. Okay, so if you look back at this trade, green Pentagon, right? Our rules is always enter on the opening, If you could have got in opening in here, and right now you already be 12% in the money. Now just imagine, okay, let me just bring out the calculator that I have here. All right, 12% in the money, and 12%, so 1.12. okay, now all you got to do is do maybe a $6,000 trade, okay, times $6,000 trade, okay, minus 6,000. Let's look at the gross, okay. That is already a 720 ringgit profit for $6,000 trade. Just one trade, 700 ringgit. Isn't that great? All right. Small price to pay, but big profits. Not going to say big profit, medium profits are on the way. And this is what we are talking about in here. So I always ask the audience in here, are you using the right tools? Right? Are you getting the sufficient training? Or are you still listening to tips? Right? It's very important that we want to share with you in here that you can make this kind of profit. We're talking about $6,000 trade. Of course, some of you who are a bigger one, let's say you trade with a 20,000 times 1.12, that will be a $2,400 trade. Okay, in a matter of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, I also have to admit, the trade don't work all the time, right? That's why when the market goes, you let it. If it doesn't, you need to cut loss. So this is part and parcel. What we do here in Trade VSA is to guide you and able to make the kind of decent trade that you have. Now, on the previous trade that we have for YBS, right? We got, let me just clear this out. We got 60 cent minus 575. That would be 2.5 cents divided by 575. You could see that it's a 4.3%. Now just imagine if you can hit 4% every day, right? So with a $6,000, okay, size, 4%. That's 240 ringgit every day if you can hit. And let's say maybe you are lucky and that day you win 3 times and you lose 2 times, right? That give you about 600 ringgit a month. That probably 600 ringgit a week for profit. And if you can do that consistently and not worrying to carry it overnight, isn't that a great income trading? Now remember, I always say before, in trading there are losses. Losses is just part of the cost. Don't take it too personally. Take it like a business. And I said before in here, you need to know where is the the last 2 examples that we have done, real examples that we have done here, we have been very fortunate. As I said before, the trade works out. There will be episodes of our breakfast show where the trade don't work, then we cut. Now if we were to cut, don't worry. You don't have to bear the losses. Okay, only on the winners we will share with you in here. Now give me some other comments that you have inside here, and this is what we wanted to do too on this trade here. Right now, if you are thinking to subscribe to our system, go ahead and subscribe to our system in here. Some of you who has been following up for some time in here, you will probably need a little bit of training. So this is one of the things that we try to do and show you in here. Once you've gone through our training, you're able to do very similar what we have done inside here. Okay. So right now, YBS is the profit target. It's 60 cent. Okay, let's see where we are right now, just now. Okay, this is coming soon, 44. Okay, 45 cents in here for Unicop YBS. So YBS, we are still waiting. Okay, just short of 595 here. Okay, 59, and you got just this thing is just waiting. You know, we're just waiting. Let's look at the hourly chart. Yep, you have a spring here, and a spring, it is a sign of strength. It looks like we should get our 60 cents profit target today. Okay, and switching to Unicop. And looking at the hourly chart in here, looking very good. You can see, right? Gap down, pushing it up, 144. Again, I think we should get that done. Okay, 145. So enjoy the success that we have with you so far. Now, my story on the intraday trade is like fishing. Now, everyday fishermen, we all know, they go out and do fishing, they gather some fish, but there are times there may not be any fish. But also they have to pay for baits, they pay for fishing rod. And in many ways, we feel that trading intraday, it's like going out to do fishing. But why we recommend this is because the pullback setup that we have has very high win rates. This is from one of our coach that's done extensive back testing over the last 4 or 5 years, and we are bringing to you right now. And it's very suitable for those of you who are looking for regular income trading. And how many of you who are looking for regular income trading, just type 1 there, those of you who are listening in here, right? If you're looking for regular income trading, that's the one that you want to do. Just type 1. And usually we will exit end of the day, just like, when you go fishing, right? You don't stay there overnight, right? You got enough fish, you come home. Precisely. And then we start again tomorrow. That is provided you wanted to fish. If you are busy, you don't have to. But more importantly, the system is already with you. The system is available through the handphone, to your desktop, and you can actually assign assistant to help you to screen for the kind of shot, to key into the system in here, and then that's important. Now, for those of you who have just typed 1, great, I think you're starting on the right journey. Now, the next thing is to do is that, are you going to be on the right path, okay, of embracing this new technology, this new screen in here? Now, let's look at the criteria. Now, the criteria, I prefer those that is above 47.50 cents. Now, remember last week we talked about YBS. All right, YBS was what, 57 cents? Yeah, 57 cents. Good volume. We want to look for good volume. So let's take a look at the stocks that we are talking about in here. Going back to YBS, because now that we catch a good fish, just like we catch a good fish, I'm trying to demonstrate to you how the process and the step-by-step in the breakdown of the structure of the intraday trade. Okay, so you can see on that day itself. Okay, let me just refresh this again. YBS was here, right? And this time the volume was pretty good, but of course the higher volume was this one here. Okay, here was a good volume when we first got in. So this was the 25th of March, yeah? So let's go to the hourly chart. 25th of March. That's the 30th of March, okay? Yep, we went in about 9:22. Yep, the volume was pretty decent. And we hit the high at about 3 p.m. And then usually standard smart money start to take profit. Chuchi you, wash you all the way. That's what when we trade, we will use the designated what we call daily chart for our decision making. So keep that in mind. Okay. Then next thing is that we got good volume and the sector is booming. Now let's take a look at YBS. What sector is it in? So again, in our trade VSA, YBS. Okay. Again, the server is busy. Okay, we get this when the server is always busy. We'll come back to it in mind shortly. Yeah, here you go. So YBS is in the industrial sector. But keep in mind, okay, usually when we buy these stocks are not for fundamental. We only keep it for end of the day only. Usually we want to be in some sort of a sector that is sort of, has some sort of interplay, construction, and so on and so forth, right? Then at least I'll be interested. Let's say there's a technology stocks on a penny share around 60 cents to $1. I'll be really interested to trade those shares in here. We have one today, actually. I'm going to share with you next thing. Then next, the target. Okay, the target is 4% and daily. There are times previous in our back testing, some has gone up about 10-12%, right? And that is good. You can do two things. You can either come in around 4:30 or 4 o'clock to do your profit taking, or you can key in at 4% in here. But usually we try to exit at the end of the day. Now just imagine if I could have exited last Friday at 59 cents. I don't have to wait until today, isn't it? I could have done another 2 or 3 trades. Now, why is this important, right? Let me just show you the mathematics behind it. If you can make, let's say, hypothetically 4% times 6,000, okay, 600 times 1.04, okay, times 1.04, 1.04. So you're compounding the interest. So within a week, you could already be in the money 700 because you're compounding it 4%, 4%, 4%, 4%. You understand the mathematics? If you understand the mathematics, just type in maths. So I'll make sure you know. Rather than now, after 1 week, only make maybe 4%. Right? Maybe you don't make 3%. Maybe you don't make 4%. Maybe you make 2%. Let's do the compounding. Right? Now, the key point is that able to compound at 2%, 2%, 2%, 2%. That's even better than fixed deposit, isn't it? But of course, there are risks here. The risk usually is that we exit end of the day, then you don't have so much. No doubt there's a lot of work, just like you need to go fishing. But these are for people who want to strive for regular income. Okay, on this one here. So let's say you don't get, maybe you get 2%. Okay, let's say you get 2%, 1.02 times 6,000. Okay, that's 120 bucks. Okay, then times 1.02, right? That's another 242. Now you will understand the maths as you go on. The whole point is that you're able to compound it very, very fast, right? These are something that we have learned the rate of compounding from forex trading, but we are not trading forex. We're trading the Malaysian stocks, which is a bit more easier, right? That's why we call today's episode Day Trading Made Easier. Okay. Now going forward, experienced trader can run for a few days because some of our turtle trader that we did in our program, they have shared their maths, okay, and they have shared, Martin, you know, very stupid if I just exit end of the day, you know. Some of the stocks next day run up 30%, some run up 7%. You see, it's just like, so a bit of dilemma, isn't it? A catch-22 situation, isn't it? So this is why we feel that in our intraday trading model that we have in here, there's always upside, but stick to the plan. The plan is what happened the next day. Now remember YBS. Let me just share with you in here. Okay. Let me bring out the old chart. Now if you look at YBS, the next day, what happened? The market sell down 5%, isn't it? Correct, not? But there are possibility the market go higher. One of them was revenue, which we will look at it. Revenue was the earlier example you could see here, right? This was the example, went up 5%, then went up another 4% in here. But guess what? Then it started to tumble down, isn't it? So there is a fine line to draw. My point is very simple. You stick to a strategy. If your strategy is end of day, just trade end of day lah. Like they always say, you can make money if you're not greedy. And I will agree with that. Don't you think so? So if you're going for 2%, why not? You're going for 4%, why not? And we have this thing, what we call in our intraday trading, exit around 4 o'clock, 4:30. And if you do hit it, that would be great. Okay. So this is something I feel that the user who is going to be doing the intraday trade. Now remember, this program has been very successful with our turtle trader. We have already shown this to the turtle trading, and you all know the result that it came out with. So right now, I'm doing it, but again, as I said before, a lot of turtle traders said a bit of wastage if you just exit end of the day. If you were to run it, but again, experienced trader can run it, as I said before, because you know how to read the chart. In the case of the revenue, and in the case of YBS. But I felt that if you exit end of the day, you don't have to worry about the overnight closing of Dow Jones when you open in the morning, isn't it? They say, what happened? Last night Dow Jones fell 600 points. You already closed your trade. You open in the morning around 9, 10 o'clock. You close it around 4, 5 o'clock. right? And if there's a momentum, because bear in mind the structure of the pullback trade is such a way that the momentum is already on. That's why it has a very high win rates. Now I do recommend you all to get the intraday module that we have in our VSA 360. Is part and parcel of our masterclass. Okay, so we really need to train you to do this, and that's why you want to have this. Okay, so that's why the calculator is important, so I can show you the maths that is behind it in here. Okay, today we enter MYEG at 9:44, and let me just show you this trade here. So every time when I want to do the trade, of course every Friday in this breakfast show, I will do the trade to demonstrate to you in here, right? Intraday trade. So you go down to intraday trade, and you want to be looking for PB. PB. Oh, Bonia fly, man. Bonia. You can see, Bonia earlier on was 3%, right? Yeah, I should enter Bonia lah. Yeah, Bonia just now 944 was 5%. Now already fly already. Never mind. I enter MYEG. Because someone told me, election is coming. MYEG 0.98. See, so what you want to do here is look for PB, PB, PB. Now I generally like to pick those. One of the reasons why I didn't pick Bonia, despite Bonia is flying high, is because it's above $2. Let's take a look at Bonia right now. Okay, because these are real-time prices in here. Yeah, this is the bar that we've seen right now. Now Bonia at 9:44. Let's switch to a 15-minute chart. You can see much better. You can see 9:15. So 9:30, 9:44 was here. You could have gone in at 214. So right now, how high did it go? Let's draw this up here. Yeah, 2%. Okay, 2%. And that's what we talk about. Once the stock is in this momentum in here, as I said before, some of the turtle trader was also sharing with us that you don't need to have a stop loss during the day. The stop loss is you exit out. So why we like this is because risk is very low. All right. So this Bonia was good, but guess what? Going back to the premium alert, so one of the ways to do that, you just control F in here and you type Bonia. You can see where Bonia first occurred was 9:44. There are others. B-Tech, I didn't choose it because it was very small, only 100 lots. Okay, we don't want to. COC is a different strategy, so we're not going to talk about that. So what we did is MYEG, because a little friend of mine telling, or maybe some of you already know, the election is coming. The general 15 election incoming, and we all know MYEG, it is a GLC related to UMNO previously. All right, so maybe this stocks is moving. Let's take a look at MYEG here, and you can see there are 10 alerts on our intraday stock notification. You can see in here, and first started at 9:44. So that's why when I prepare this breakfast show, right, I usually comes in and see any stocks that they come out, and then I do it. Okay, so 9:44. Okay, so 9:44. What I did was MYEG. So the trade is already done. MYEG, right? It hit 104. Okay, this is a 15-minute chart. So we switch to an hourly chart in here. It looks pretty good. You got a lot of tests in here, and just matter of breaking a 104 here, right? And on the daily chart, looks pretty good too. This is the pullback, right? And same, right? Same strategy, same look as. Let me just bring out the other stock. Okay, MYEG, and remember YBS, right? That's why I want to break it down, the nature of this one. Okay, it came back down to 585. Okay, 5559. Okay. You notice this was the bar, right, that we were talking about on Thursday. We enter on Friday. This is the bar yesterday. We're entering here. Would this eventually break to the upside? this evening, we don't know. Okay, but if riding on the momentum of GE15. Now, how many of you think that GE15 is going to be happening in the next, or at least within this year? General election will happen. If you have, just say GE15 in here. Right? GE15 will happen this year. Okay, we got Ravinder on GDEX. Later we will review that, no problem. How many of you who think that general election is going to happen, just type in GE15. Then at least we know that this is happening right now. So that is the intraday alert. Okay, so you can see this is a very nice trade in here on the, yeah, many of you are believing GE15 is coming in here. So a lot of, we do have in our what we call watch list, we have the UMNO counter. Okay, so you can see from our UMNO counter here, and this is purely for that purpose. You can see MYEG is here, right? We got Strava cable, data prep, Senso, right? So these are strictly for the GE15 counter. So as the day progresses more, you want to be focusing on this type of stocks. Definitely for our members, those of you who already have this, I think this is definitely one of the benefits of being a Trade VSA plugin, right, in here. Don't wait anymore. Just like when you see that trade, when you see that money, what do? You pick it up. Right? So let's see where is MYEG is going to be in today. If it does make money, again, we will share the benefits and profits. Let's take a look at Uli Corp right now. I hope I take the profit and quickly disburse the winnings to the member, to the public in here. Still 144. Yeah, 144 lah. Have to wait. 144. You got another 48,000. 49,000. It has to clear, then we are on to 145. Okay, 145, which we already cleared that. So let's put in a summary. You can see our profit target here is already confirmed at 145. Okay, YBS is 60 cents, and the new trade that we have done is 103 is MYEG. Okay. Now let's take a look at some of our March winner and loser in here. Prolexus about 68%, TechScam, and all this came through our screener. All right, you can see Prolexus, which is a green purple. Okay, that tells you the LT, long-term trend. Right, we want to make sure the long-term trend is still in the green. That number represents the intensity of the level in here. So you can see Prolexus purple color short-term trend are very momentum, but the long-term trend is okay, and that eventually yielded I think that's on the 22nd of March. TechScam was on the before I do that, let's look at the 22nd of March. Okay, and just bring this here. Prolexus. So we're still waiting here. Yeah, Prolexus on the 22nd of March. Yeah, that's right. So on the 22nd of March, this was the green Pentagon. You can see, 22nd of March, just like what we have here, came out here. All right. And the rule is, if you are a beginner, enter on the opening. If you enter on the opening to yesterday, you just pull it to here. That's about 32% profit. Of course, if you go a bit higher, about 78 lah. That is why some of you will have a target. Okay, maybe 20%, 30% in the case you will already hit it. Let's look at the next one in here is TechScam. Now TechScam is purple, is green. All right, which means the long-term trend is already moving higher, and the green them is good. But we're going to share with you some trade that will give very consistent high win rates. Just bear with me. On the next couple of slides, we're going to be doing that too, because these are the systems that we use to make money for ourselves, for our coaches, and we are sharing now with the student in here. All are back tested, mechanically driven in here. We don't listen to tips, and we are quite confident going forward. It should able to give us the kind of win like YBS and Ulicop we have seen so far. So let's take a look at the text cam. Okay, taking longer than it should. Okay, so you can see text cam came down here. Okay, came down here, and so we enter on the opening. No doubt it dipped, but you notice this trade was especially different. You notice the railway track between the short-term moving average and the medium-term moving average. It is opening up like a railway track, and that's very good. And this continued to go up. So it did pull back. It didn't break below the mid-term range here, and that's why the stock's going up higher. Okay, so those are the things, few things you want to know. And the third one, just to share with you, is Artronics. Now Artronics doesn't fit into it. It has both short-term color-coded and long-term color-coded to be red. So it is below, under the water. So usually we don't try to pick this stock. But no doubt, let's take a look at it on this stock itself. I need to get my, let me just get my thing. I can't, okay, I have to open another one here. Okay, let's bring it up here. Okay, let's put text cam. Now we've seen text cam, let's put in Artronics, okay? Now Artronic, we stick to daily chart first, because that's how we discover it. And this is Artronics. Now if you notice Artronics, it is, let me just make this bigger and let me just explain to it. It was red, remember? Right? The you can see here, right? Red long term and red short term. So what it simply means is that it is trading below the, you can notice, right? The moving average, like the railway track, is coming down. So generally we find that through our back testing, these are the trades that don't work that well. But no doubt we were wrong, and you could see this stock actually goes up higher. So from the green Pentagon here, buy on the opening of the next day, opening price, and the market just shoots straight up. To me, this is one of those stocks that it is, I call it anomaly. But no doubt, green Pentagon were able to pick it up. The next I want to share with you is for our members. And those of you who already have this, and how you want to ensure a high success rate, which means win rates. Use the Pentagon trading portfolio criteria. You see on top here, right? This is the one, that's the one you want to click. We find that through our back testing, it actually increases your return and win rate by 30%, because some of our beginners want to win more. It won't produce the big winners that we see just now, like Artronics and info, but you will consistently win if you enter when the KLCI is in green Pentagon. Again, we emphasize on following the rule. So you can see here the KLCI. Later on I'm going to show you here, but just let me go through the rules with you first. You see the green Pentagon actually came out on the 17th of March, and once it turned green Pentagon, the dates on the calendar actually turned blue. So when you see this orange one, this is where it's red Pentagon. So remember, the rule is you only want to be trading when there is a green Pentagon or a blue trend zone. So you want to have odds. Now, it contradicts to a lot of people who I find it very interesting. They always want to trade whenever they want to, without disregarding the overall market. Now, when the market drops, whatever you trade will likely to be a loser. So that's why you want to trade with the trend. And the trend is when green Pentagon, you get the blue trend zone, that is likely to be a trend. So what we do in this manner, we log into our Trade VSA. So make sure you have Trade VSA with you, / here. And once you log in, right, you get into this, what you see here. So make sure you subscribe to the Trade VSA here, and you go to Screener, go to Pentagon Guider, this one here, right, and you click on the date. So these are the one that you just saw. Okay, so you click on the 17, right, and you click Submit, and you just go on to the Pentagon Guider TP, Pentagon PG, Pentagon Guider TP Trading Portfolio. So click on that one. So that will always ensure that your winners are pretty big. You can see here, right? We got a lot of big winners in here. So these are all the Pentagon Guider. No doubt they are red, right? But the purple one was only this one in here. But it still falls within the area that you are likely to win. Now, why I share this? Because we always want to back test first. So this is on the 17th, because Kobe and Great Tech all came from a very low base. But if you like technology, let's take a look at Kobe previously, which is fine. You can see, right, Kobe came here, the green Pentagon. Since then, it got up to here. And you can see, because the railway track is still going on the downside, right? Yes. But we know in the past, through our back testing, we always want to be on the railway track where it's up. Okay? So keep that in mind. So let's take a look on the 18th. We submit again, and you notice if we switch on to Pentagon TP, you can see we got a lot more winner. The losses are small, the winners are big, and this is where Scanwolf also came, Pentac also came, right? Sunway, and then you can try another one on the 21st, right? And hit PGTP, Pentagon Guider Trading Portfolio, and you can see losses are very small, winners are big. And one of the one that we like was Evergreen. We bought Evergreen and we taken profit already, 20%, about $1,400 profit. Let me see first. The size that we trade, I believe, was I think 7,400. Yes, so 7,400 for Pentagon Guider portfolio, 7400, and we hit 1.2%. So we made about 1,880 minus the 7,400. Yeah, 1480. So just one trade, you can make 1480, okay? Which is already paid for half of our Trade VSA plugin subscription. Can think of it, right? Okay, so that is 21st in here. So all in all, I've shared with you a very simple, that anyone can do it with a little bit of training. Make sure you use the Pentagon Guider, turn on the Pentagon Guider TP checklist that you see in here, and majority of the share that you have will end up to be winner. And when the market right now, all right, let's see where's the market right now, is orange trend zone, don't trade. What do? We will trade the intraday, correct? Like today, MYEG. Because why? We will exit at the end of the day. So two strategy in here. Intraday trading is like a fishing income trading. Pentagon Guider is for longer term portfolio, where you want to have higher win rates and not so taxing because there's not a lot of trade. 1 year you do about 20 trades, and that's something we wanted to do tonight. For our Zoom session this weekend, we brought it to this Friday, but it looks like we have to postpone our Zoom session in here because Zach is not feeling well, and myself, I'm also a bit of cough. So we need to gather back our energy and perhaps reschedule to another Zoom to share with you all this process that we are doing in here. Right now, I'm just going through all the results and doing in here. Okay. So we're coming to the end of the session in here. We broke it down to you, the structure of the intraday, how it works, okay? We look at some of the winners that we seen before, Artronics, Prolexus in here. And some of you saying, are you sure that it works or not? So we have shown you just a very short example in here. Going back to when the market is green Pentagon, the market works much better, right? Using the Pentagon PGTP session in here, right? So can someone with a little bit of knowledge do that? Of course, right? That's why we are here for. We sympathize with many of our public in here who struggle to get a little bit of profit in here now with our intraday trades, options, and also the Pentagon guider. Buying only when the market, you get better opportunity to profit in this in here. And how can I learn more? Definitely you can learn a lot more through our session like this that we do. And for those of you who give us feedback, today trade will be MYEG. If we do make money on MYEG, again, we will share the success with you too. All right. So make sure you feedback to us on this today in here and tell me that stocks that we were talking about. So I want to make sure that you are paying attention to what we discussed today on our feedback form. This will be a Google feedback form. So make sure you scan this feedback to us. And again, of course, if we do make any profits, the winners will be shared with you too. And of course, the place to start it all is our Trade VSA system in here. Do take note, the intraday trading is with our combo plan because we need to train you. The intraday trading is with our combo plan, and the others, which I've talked about the day, things that you can see are with our just plug it in here. All right. Now, if you like what we have shared with you so far, for less than 2 ringgit per day per market, you're able to benefit. Now, think of some of the profits that we have made so far. 1,400, a couple of $100, 200 ringgit a day, and compounding in here. And that's really one of the benefits in here, right? With the cost over efficiency. And right now, you don't need to, because you can always use our installment plan too, if you really want to do this. There's a number below there. Do contact us if you really want to use the Trade VSA system in here. And do take note, so far, the breakfast show, we have streamlined into Monday and Friday, two sessions rather than 3 sessions in here, because we want to focus more on to do and teaching you how to be the right trader with the right mindset, using the right tools. If you have not got any much success in here, continue to join us and follow the Green Pentagon, follow the smart money. Trade smarter every time. Okay, right now we will be looking at some of our members in here. Right, yes. Looking at GDEX. GDEX, okay, GDEX. Let's look at GDEX. GDEX. Do you want to go in? Do you want to exit? For whoever, for Ravinder Singh. Okay, but as I said before, the easiest will be wait until you see Green Pentagon first, or at least when you have the market stages here moving to the top side. That will be your first thing. Once it start to move up, the market need to continue going up. But right now, you notice the railway track is still down. So it's still trending down. That's why sometimes when you have the green Pentagon, our rules is not to buy it, because the chance is that it is still in the green Pentagon, but it can recover a far side. If there is no follow through, then you want to exit quickly. Okay, you're already in, is it? Oh, you're already in already. Do you want to cut loss? You're already in, isn't it? Okay. Then the question is, if you look at it, you should cut loss. Let me see where's the cut loss point. I'm just waiting for this to come out. Okay, let's take a look at the cut loss point. Okay. Yes. Now, if you look back to here, our cut loss point from the green Pentagon was here, which is about 26 cents. What price did you go in? You bought it at 21.5 cents. Or you're already in 21.5 cents. Right now, you're buying at 21.5 cents, which is good, I would think, but hasn't turned green Pentagon. But keep in mind, the stock is actually in a downtrend. Hasn't turned up yet. So if the market were to break down, your stop loss point will be 20 cents. Okay, just keep that in mind. Can you list the acronym being shown in the chart LC, SP, and we have a tutorial in the YouTube. If you go to SMARTRobie, we have explained those in the YouTube channel in here. Okay, for Kevin Sim. Okay, basically, but let me just keep it to you. LC is line change. SP is spring. These are sign of strength. T is test. Another test. In the VSA, volume strength analysis, there are many signs of strength, but these are some of the major ones. Test, spring, and line change. Just keep that in mind. Okay, Aries is asking about Great Tech. Great Tech now is moving sideways already. As I said before, it's gone up 75% from the low here. It's got to break down, gone back up. So usually we break down here, we'll move sideways, retest back. Now take note, as I said before, the railway track is still down. But once it starts to turn back up, again, Great Tech will take a cue from the US stock. So what I usually do, I'll look at Apple. You can see Apple, right, still in the downtrend. You can see, right, the railway track. And last night it's actually sell down. So going the next few days, I see potentially we'll have a sell down on the US stock. So usually the technology stock sector will bear some selling. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, let's take a look at the stocks that we have. YBS is at 858. Okay, still holding there. Yuli Corp is okay. Yuli Corp has gone back down to 143. Okay, and MYEG is gone down to MYEG is 103. Okay, so which is same as where we are lah. Okay, 0.98 cents. Let's see, right? Very likely we might carry the MYEG because MYEG doesn't break out very high, very fast. Okay, let's see where it goes probably the next day or so. So don't forget to smash on to our subscribe button at our YouTube in here and check out all the line change in our YouTube, and do join our Telegram chat room for free stock market information insight, and that way you can really enjoy some of the benefits that we have inside here. All right, thank you for coming in here, and let's hope we make some money today, and we will share the winnings. Good night, and I'll see you next week on Monday. Bye bye.